In this video, I will show you how to install extensions for VS Code and what extensions I am using for my projects. There is no priority order. I will show you in the alphabetical order. Let's start. Now to install an extension, click on this tab and you can search the extension's name here. And once you install the extension, you can see that inside the installed accordion. Now you know how to install an extension, and now we can start looking to my extensions. First one here is Better Comments. Using this one, you can create comments with a different color by using some prefixes. For example, to create a comment, press Ctrl and /, and you can change the color by using these prefixes. This makes our comments more readable. Next, I will install a theme. This is my favorite theme inside VS Code. I prefer darker themes. You can search for themes here. And install the one you like. The next one is Code Spell Checker. It is a spelling checker for Visual Studio Code. It will search for the spelling mistakes in your file. Next, I have used CSS formatter. You can use Prettier or Prettier Plus. For HTML, VS Code has built-in formatter. All you have to do is right-click, click on Format Document. For CSS, right-click and click on the Format Document, and you can see the changes. Next, we have Highlight Matching Tag. It will highlight the corresponding opening or closing tag. So I have clicked opening head tag here, and it automatically highlighted closing head tag. Like that. If I click on the closing tag, it will highlight both open and closing tag. Now the HTML CSS support. This extension was pre-installed. If it is not installed in your VS Code, you must install it. It helps with the ID and class attribute completion. For example, if I have a class test here, and when I try to give that class to some tags, as I start typing, if it is not automatically showing, press Ctrl and space. You can see the class names containing the letters I have typed. For the next one, we have HTML end tag labels. When you start a HTML tag with some class or ID, it will automatically create an end tag label. Next, we have Indent Rainbow. It creates different color for the indentations, which makes it easier to read. Next, we have jQuery code snippets. Using this one, we can create jQuery code snippets very fast. Type JQ and it will show you predefined code snippets name, and you can use it to create the snippet. Next, we have Live Sass compiler. Sass is a preprocessor. To use SCSS, we need a compiler. I have a SCSS file called test, and I need this SCSS file compiled. For that, we can use Live Sass compiler. Once you install this one, you will see Watch Sass option here. And when you click on it, it will automatically generate corresponding CSS file. First one is targeted for the older versions of Internet Explorer. This one for Mozilla Firefox, older versions of Mozilla Firefox, and this common for all the web browsers. So using a CSS file, you don't need to write code for older versions of web browsers separately. Next we have live server. It will launch a development live server for our project. Click on the go live and you can see our project inside a browser. So any changes I made here, on saving the project, it will show here. We don't need to manually refresh the browser. Next we have Pola code. It creates a screenshot of your code. For example, press F1 and search for Pola code. Copy the code you want to take a screenshot of and paste it here. Click on this icon and save the screenshot. Next we have W3C validation. The extension will validate our HTML file and we can see the error here. For example, I will add a div tag inside span tag. You can see the red underline here, and to see the description of the error, click here. You can see what error it is causing. Element div is not allowed as child element of span. If you click here, it will go to the line with the error. And once you change it, you can see that there is no error left. VS Code now supports creating closing tags and renaming it. To enable this feature, for that, go to File, click on Preferences. The first option is Settings. Here you can see settings.json. The first two are for the W3C validation. The zoom level will increase or decrease the zoom level. Once you save it, you can see the changes. Now the word wrap bounded means that when I type something, it will automatically come to the next line once a specific length is reached. Now the format on save means it will format the file on save. You might have seen some MDN references link. To remove that, make the editor hover enabled option false. The editor linked editing true enables the automatic renaming of closing and opening tag. These are the options I have used for the LiveSAS compiler. By default, LiveSAS compiler generates a map file. To remove that feature, you need to go generate map option false. I will share my settings.json file in Google Drive or GitHub and give the link in the description. These are the extensions I have been using, and these are enough for a beginner. I will see you guys in another video. Bye.